If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
This is a brand new interview.
I just had an interview with Livin Proof. So if you like South Park Mexican, or on the Christian side, if you like Kingdom music, Brian Trejo, you'll like Livin Proof. You know, he's got that South Side, Houston, Texas sound, you know.
Praise the Lord.
Hey, what's up, Livin Proof?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
You ready for this interview?
Yes, sir. How long did it take?
I got a few questions, maybe 20, 30 minutes.
Okay.
So tell everybody who you are.
My name is Joe Campos, and I go by the stage name of Livin Proof. Where I'm from and where I live. Originally, I came from my parents. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas, Southeast side. And I'm now living in Campos, Texas, home of Texas A&M University. And I have a home over here in Campos Station, and been living here since 2014. Pretty much do outreach and ministry in the inner cities and juvenile system. Currently have my own business and doing maintenance as well full time. And then ministry on the side whenever I have time for it. Pretty much make time for it. So that's my heart and passion is young kids, the youth, and reaching the lost at all costs.
How long you been doing music?
Oh, well, I've been, as far as recording, I think my first song I recorded was in 2011. And might have been 2010 and 2011, around that time frame. But when I was gang affiliated, I used to hang with a lot of rappers that had rapped with SPN in Houston. And I hung out with them, you know, freestyling. But I was a teenager, you know, young teenager, 12, 13, 14 years old, you know. And I was exposed to all that kind of gang mentality back in the early 90s, mid-90s. So when I gave my life to the Lord in 95, you know, started writing music, but never recording.
So you said SPM, like South Park Mexican?
Yes.
So like, did you know like Gold Toes or Baby Bash or you?
No, I didn't. I knew of them, but I didn't. Like, you know, personally, with the people that rap with SPM from my hood that I forgot with. Underground Inc., like Little B, Ike and Graham did a couple of songs with me. They're all part of Dope House Records and Shutterbound Records. And as well, Livin did a song with me as well. But just the guys that were, you know, that had their own album, I think it was the most hated and aggravated back in the early 90s, mid-90s. The people I hung out with. I think Baby Bash came, he's from Cali, but he came later on, like in the late 90s.
Share your testimony.
My testimony, well, I was, like I said, grew up in the southeast side of Houston, and my mom divorced my real father when I was an infant because he was an alcoholic, he was an abuser, he was a womanizer, and he would course, it would be on my mom. So my mom didn't want that life for me and my older sister and divorced them. When I was around 5 years old, I went to live with my real father. So by then, had already remarried and had a son, and for some reason his wife didn't like me and physically abused me for over a year until CPS got involved. And CPS caseworker gave my dad two options that told him either you sign your rights over as a father or your wife's going to prison. So he signed his rights over as a father, and I went to live with mom. And living with mom was okay, it just wasn't the same, you know. I had both parents in the home, but she was, you know, with this guy from Mexico, and you know they stayed together up until she passed. But he's still a great guy. I call him dad and stuff, you know, because he pretty much raised me. But he didn't feel like it was his role to discipline or facilitate anything. So my mom was being mom and dad at the same time, and because my mom was young, she still liked to party and drink and stuff. You know, me and my older sister had a lot of freedom to go out and hang out with friends and, you know, do bad things. Matter of fact, my older sister had a lot of influence on me and the gang activity. She actually was one of the leaders of her gang, girl gang in Houston. And then I started hanging around with the wrong crowd, which was my best friend, Raymond Ayala. His name is Livin, B-I-N-G. And we did a lot of bad things growing up, you know. So my mentality was, you know, doing what I can to make money out of the streets, doing what I can to, you know, get that next dollar, whether it was robbing people, whether it was selling drugs in middle school, whether it was robbing people, stealing cars, you know, breaking into houses. It didn't matter, you know. It was just my mentality to make the next money. So to get what we want growing up, because we're a very poor income family, and when I was in elementary in the 5th grade, you know, my first criminal offense was breaking and entering my elementary school, and I actually flunked the 5th grade. You know, that's when I started gang banging and skipped school, wasn't doing my homework. And that was my first criminal offense, was breaking and entering my elementary school. But what motivated me to continue doing bad was I actually got away when I ran from the car. And as time went on, I began to experience more drugs, I began to experience more gang activity, and just middle school alone had 5 felonies. And when I was in 8th grade, I got kicked out of school for aggravated assault body injury, and I went back the next day. It was like September 95. I went back the next day, and they told me we catch you on campus, we're going to lock you up for criminal trespass. So about a month later, I went back on around school campus, and they arrested me. One of the 4 probation officers told me that the judge talked to them and wants to keep me in the detention center until I go to court. And my court date was 2.5 weeks from there, and I was like, oh no. So I was in the detention center in West Dallas, off of West Dallas in Houston, and for 2.5 weeks until I went to court, and I decided I want to use God, you know, to try to get out of, you know, detention center. And so I was raised Catholic, didn't know nothing about Catholicism, but I started memorizing these Hail Marys, these Rosary prayers, and reading the Bible. I didn't understand because it was the King James version, so to me it was like spiritual ebonics, you know. And that only lasted for 3 days, you know. The bargain I made with God didn't work, so I just stopped going. I actually remember closing the Bible. It was a little pocket Bible. It was a green one. I remember closing it, throwing it on the floor, and I said, you know, I'm going to wait till I'm older to serve God, because I'm still young. I still got my whole life ahead of me. You know, I'm still want to date girls, and still got houses to break into, and cars are still drugs to use, you know. And that was my mentality. So as days went on, my mom had told me that our court-appointed lawyer told my mom that the judge wanted to send me to QYC till I was 18, and then TDC because they wanted to convict me as an adult for some felonies I had. And it's already, pretty much set myself where there was my whole life, my whole childhood, rest of my childhood is gone, teenage years are gone, and then on to adulthood, so I don't know how long I'll be there in prison, hopefully. And I remember going to, one time I went to the theological trance, and I began to ask questions I had no answers to, like, who created God? Where did God come from? If God was so good, why did all these bad things happen to me and my family and friends? Even, as I say, I can't stand the smell of carnations and flowers, because to me it smells like death, it smells like a funeral home. That was the only time I ever smelled flowers, it was at funeral, And it messed with me so much that I took to suicide, tried to kill myself, because I thought there was no reason for me to live anymore. And the day before I went to court, there was a street preacher that went in there and started telling us about Jesus and everything. And I told him the same thing, I'm waiting till I'm older to serve God because I'm still young, still got my whole life ahead of me, thinking I'm gonna live forever. But the next thing he told me, to this day, still resonates in my heart. He said, that's fine, you can do whatever you want, God gives you free will to choose who you want to serve. But whether you believe it or not, the devil's in here laughing at you, saying, as long as I got Joe waiting a little bit longer, he's going to go with me to hell. Because you're not guaranteed you're going to wake up tomorrow. Now, that really stuck with me because I attempted suicide days before, So I remember going back to my cell and I said, God, if you're for real, show me. And I was more agnostic. I didn't feel like I needed God because I was supporting my own self. I ran away when I was 14. And I was supporting myself, and I do what I could to support myself. So what can God do for me? So I was more agnostic. I just didn't know what God or who to serve or what was out there. I didn't know what truth was. I didn't know anything like that. So then I go to court, and my ex-brother-in-law, me and him were the same gang. He was dating my sister, and he was related to a guy through marriage named JJ Ramirez, who has a ministry in Bryan College Station called Save Our Streets Ministries. And he ended up going to the court hearing for my ex-brother-in-law, and he also went for me. And my mom asked me if he can go to my court hearing to step in to live for me to see if they would send me to his boys' home at the time. Because he had a boys' home, non-profit organization, to help kids get out of gangs, drugs, and, out of that environment. And he went and stood in for me, or with me when I went to court. And then the judge was just going down the list of all the things that I did and I've done, and it was probably 10, maybe 12 cases, on me that, I totally forgot I even did, but, she told my court-appointed lawyer, you have anything to say? And he said, yes, ma'am, the mother is present to have her son sent to Brazos County under the supervision of J.J. Ramirez. And the judge thought it was a joke. She called the district attorney and said, I want you to get this man's information. And sir, if you're lying, I'm going to lock you up too. So she got Mr. Ramirez's information. She left out of the door and came back and whispered something in the judge's ear. To this day, I don't know what she said. But I actually saw the judge, facial demeanor change. She was laughing and smiling. I thought she was going to lock me up, But the first thing that came out of her mouth was, ma'am, to my mom. She said, ma'am, you impressed me because there's so many parents that come in here with their kids. They want to send them out to our facilities because these kids don't want to listen. They think they're their parents. They think they know it all. They don't want to do what they're told. They're lazy. But I'm going to do you a favor because you had this man come all the way from Bryan to help your son. And she looked at me. She said, I'm going to send you Brazos County and Supervision Judge Ramirez 1 year probation. If you do good after that year, you'll have the right to see your records. But if you do bad and you come back here, I promise you, you will not sit in line today. Now, any child will be happy, right? But the thing that came to my mind was the prayer I prayed to God. God, if you're for real, show me. And then that day, He proved to me God was real. And He proved to me that He existed. Because there was just no other way that could have happened without God. So I go to Bryan College Station in November 4th, 1995. The next month I get saved and baptized. And my life has never been the same.
Talk about your music with Puntin and Screwed Up Click and Cypreme.
Well, see, before I get to there, I go to Bryan, and I'm in Livin, Ramirez has to have a meeting with the school district because none of the schools wanted me, not even the alternative school. And they told him, we cannot allow him to our school. Look at his record. This is my school record. This is one of my criminal record. And he told them, well, he's court appointed over here, so he has to go to school. So the principal of the alternative school said, okay, I'll allow him to my school, but I bet you're not going to make it. So all of a sudden, I love school. And I was in 8th grade, I passed the 9th grade. Whole year made straight A's, 10th grade, made straight A's again. They even gave me an academic excellence award. And Puntin, actually, me and him went to high school together. See, Puntin was actually doing music, but it was world music at the time. But we never really associated with each other, even though I've seen him a lot, and, heard about him a lot, but not as far as music-wise. But, he was on the basketball team, he was known and stuff, but there was other people that associated with him that I used to freestyle with. But I was the only one that would do Christian freestyle, like positive freestyle and stuff. It wasn't, worldly freestyle or anything like that. So they were like, whoa, what the heck? What is this? And one of the guys that was part of KCM, King Christ movement that Puntin started, was the one that actually the very first one that heard me freestyle rap for Christian hip hop. And as time went on, he later got saved and gave his love to the Lord and stuff. But he'll always tell people about me, man, Joe was the first one I was first heard. Rap about God, the Lord and stuff, freestyle and stuff. So, but after that, I joined the Navy, and in 2005 I came back, to Texas because I was stationed in San Diego, and I moved back, and then I was hearing through SOS about a friend of mine told me about Puntin, so I asked them to give me their number. I can't remember who told me. I'm trying to remember now. I think it was a friend from SOS, and they gave me his number and information. I went to hook up with Puntin, and then we just chit-chatted and talked a little bit and everything, and I told him I write a lot of music and stuff, I still write. I haven't recorded anything, and that was pretty much it. I mean, we didn't, really talk much about it other than working together one day. So, I believe I was living in Houston at the time after I got out of the military from active duty. This was probably back in 2009. But then I was going to, in 2010, I was going to a church that my cousin invited me to called World Support Ministries. And Cypreme was a member of that church, and my cousin introduced me to him. So I asked Cypreme in 2011, hey man, I want to record a song, how much you charging me studio time? He told me and everything. I said, cool, man. And so I went and recorded my first song. And I believe my first song with Puntin was probably Pay the Call. And that was one with ESG and Screwed Up Click. Now, Puntin had invited me to ESG's house because he wanted to put my Camaro in one of his videos. So I went and met Puntin at ESG's house, and then they're doing a video in my Camaro. So then I talked to ESG, And I talked to him, and, you know, we exchanged numbers, and I asked him, you know, man, I would love to, you know, for you to collab with me one day, man. Do a song, because, man, I'm down. Just let me know. I said, cool. So then I came up with the song, and I even came up with the hook, and I have a homegirl who auditioned for American Idol and everything to the hook for me. And I asked Bunny, he wanted to jump on that song, on my track with me. And he said, yeah. And then I talked to my homeboy Graham from Dope House Records, and shut him down records to do the song with me as well, and he jumped on it, and then ESG said yeah, so we all did that song, you know, all four of us did that song together, paid the cost. And then my home, Cypreme, you know, knew Lil Kiki, because Lil Kiki would go to the studio and record. So I asked him, hey man, holler at Kiki and see if he's down to do a song with me. So he gave me his number, and we chopped it up, and you know, and then he was like, yeah, you know, I'm down to do a song with you. And that's when we came up with He's Real. And then I talked to Kiki about other people I wanted to collab with, and then he gave me Pokey's number, so I talked to Big Pokey, and Pokey was down too, and that's when we came up with In His Hands. And that's the name of my album, In His Hands. And then I actually was talking to Pokey for like 3 hours about Jesus and everything, and collabing with other people, and Zero was one of the names that I mentioned. When I was talking to Pokey, he called Zero and passed me a phone. Now I'm talking to Zero about doing a song together, and Zero said he's down too. So hopefully on this next album I'm working on right now, I'll be able to get him on there as well. I'm talking to Trey, the Truth's manager, about doing a song together, and he's down too. So we'll see how that goes. But that's pretty much how, you know, God opened the doors for these people. But the reason why I wanted them to collab with me was because I wanted to tell them about Jesus first. All the people that collab with me from school to play, I you know, planted a seed in their hearts, you know, when I talk to them about Jesus and stuff. So it's not about just making music, you know. The whole point was to tell them about Jesus, you know. And that's why God opened doors for me. And even my music, I don't sell my music at all. I give it away for free. I don't charge nobody to collab with them or get on the music, and I don't charge nobody to do any shows or concerts or anything like that, you know. If anything, I'll be the one to put out money for studio time and pay these other artists, you know, for their time and stuff like that. But I just give away my music because God has blessed me to be a blessing. I even had a friend of mine who was Tech Nine's producer from St. Louis, who heard my album. We're actually in the Navy together. He gave me Bad Boy Entertainment contact information because he wanted me to submit my album to him because he thought I should. And I said, nah, I'm good, man, I'll pass, man. God is not. He didn't call me to be an entertainer like that and get money, you know, get paid for it and stuff. You know, God's called me to the streets. Called me to the juveniles. He's called me to the inner cities, you know, to the schools and stuff. So, it's pretty much where me and these people screwed up click and Cypreme, so hooked up, how we hooked up.
Yeah, I was listening to your new song, K Reno, Say Bye Bye to Religion. What's the name of it?
Losing My Religion.
Yeah, Losing My Religion. I heard that last night. Talk about that one.
Well, when I was in I'm from Southeast, right? So there's this park in the area that I live in, called Grandel Park. And Grandel Park is like the heart of Southeast. So we're doing an outreach there. And I had a homeboy, you know, that I used to bang with, you know, and he had told me, so, man, you know what would be awesome, man? And you get Reno on the song, man. You know what? That's not a bad idea. So I found him on Facebook, and I sent him a message. And I asked him, hey, man, I just want to know if it's all right. If you're down to collab with me and do a song with me. And, you know, he actually reached out to me back and said, yeah, I'm down, you know, to let me know when. I said, man, wow, check that out. So he gave me his number, and I was, you know, talking with him, chatting it up with him. And then last year, let me see, I'll tell you, when that was, I think it was around October or November-ish was when moving into the, actually it was last June. That long ago. It was last June that we went in the studio, last summer we went in the studio, me, Pun, and K-Reno. Actually, I didn't do my verse yet because, whenever I do songs, I always pray about it, for God to give me the lyrics, because I want to have an impact with my music. I don't want to be about me. I want to be, I want to preach, I want to rap about, rap biblical scripture and stuff, And so, in June, K-Reno, I told her, hey man, if you have time, on this day, I'm being Houston, if you got time, you want to go record your verse? She's like, yeah, sure. So me and Pun met up K-Reno at Side Cream Studio on the north side, and we had Pun and K-Reno did their verses, and I said, I'm gonna do mine later on, I'm still gonna write it and stuff, but I'm gonna pray about it because all my music I always pray about it. For God to give me the words and stuff. And I just didn't feel at that time I was ready. So they did theirs, and just this past Tuesday was when I talked to Cypress. I said, alright man, I've got 2 songs I need to do because this guy from Kevin, his name's Kevin from Canada, wanted me to collab with him, so I did my verse for his song, and then I did Losing My Religion right afterwards.
That's cool.
And then, the reason why I get Pun on there a lot with these, artists, SUC, the big name artists, because I want to give him exposure, to help him out in his ministry and stuff, I even told him, man, you want to put any of our songs on the album, go ahead, man. It's your work too, so he's the one that comes up with the beats, and I come up with the artists, and then they just do their verse.
That's pretty tech. I know he's known for his H-Town style of music, screwed up click remixes and stuff. That's pretty cool how that works. How do you deal with some of the criticisms, like some of the people saying, "Oh, you got like a secular rapper on your song and stuff"? Like I'm sure it kind of you get some of the same criticism Lecrae gets and stuff like that. How do you deal with that?
Well, actually, fortunately, I haven't. Nobody hasn't told me anything about secular artists or give me any criticism at all. And if they did, I would tell them, well, first and foremost, God allowed me to collab with these people and for us to work together so I can tell them about Jesus. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of me hooking up with them, telling them about Jesus. And then the fun thing about it is doing music together.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I don't make money off none of my music, so I'm not getting. And I think that's the difference, because I think if I was to make money and get paid for my album, then I'd probably get criticism for it. But because I'm not, and nobody messes with me and tells me to. But those that know me know my character and know who I am and how I am. And I think that's a big part of it as well. Because I don't make a big deal. I mean, just because I know these people doesn't mean nothing. To me, they're just regular men like me. You know what I mean? That's how I see them. That's how I live. There's others like Inez. I have Inez's number. I even stayed the night with him at his hotel. In his hotel room, because I had to drop him off the next morning at the airport. But he's just like another man to me. I mean, a lot of people try to pay me a lot of money to give him his number. Oh man, I can't do that. And I mean, he's just another brother to me. Being able to hang out with him and stuff, it's cool. But it's no big deal to me. It's like, oh, okay, it's just another man. We're all human beings. We're all living for the same God. I don't see that stage life and that, being a celebrity, a big deal to me.
Who's some of your favorite DJs?
My favorite DJ?
Yeah.
Honestly, you might not believe me, but ironically, I don't really listen to Christian hip hop. You know, I really don't even listen to rap. You know, I spend most of my time listening to praise and worship.
Oh, wow.
The whole point of Christian hip hop, the whole point of it, I mean, the root of it, honestly, is to bring a message of hope and salvation to those that are lost, to those that don't know truth. I already know truth. I'm already saved. I have a relationship with the Lord. You know, I mean, it's good music, it's cool and all, but it's not for me. You know, I do music for the streets, you know, for these inner city kids, the kids that have no hope, that are lost. You know, that's why I do it. That's why my message and my music, I'm preaching the gospel. It ain't all about me and what I'm riding in and what I'm doing. No, it's about Jesus, and that's why my lyrics are the way they are. You know, I'm trying to preach to these people. You know what I mean? So I don't really listen to Christian hip hop. I don't really listen to Christian rap. That's cool and all. It jams. I like it, but I'm not a big fan of it because, you know, the message is to bring hope and salvation. I'm already saved. I already have a Christian Lord. So I spend most of my time praising worship. And those that know me, know that.
That's cool. So name a few praise and worship bands you listen to.
Oh man, I'm old school, man. So I like Winter Worship, Dinner's Journey Gang. There's new stuff like Hillsong. I like Hillsong. You know, Kim Walker, she's awesome. But I'm more old school, man. You know, I think it's called Vineyard Music or Vineyard something. I mean, like B.B. Wine and Fred Hammond and I also grew up in the late 90s listening to, what's his name, Kirk Franklin. You know, that's pretty much it, you know. Then just when it comes out on KSBJ, you know, radio. I like them all. They're all good music. But my favorite growing up when I first was a baby Christian, it's called Winter Worship, and it had all the way up to volume 14, I think, or 16. And this was back in the mid-90s, you know. Worship was, these groups were the thing that were out back then, you know. So, Livin's journey was a huge part. I mean, I don't know him, pretty old now, but he's pretty awesome, you know. But even when I work out, I listen to praise and worship. It motivates me.
It'd be pretty tight if you did like a hip-hop worship song.
Actually, in my second album, I kind of want to have, you know, I want to have worship, I want to have praise, I want to have rock, I want to have different genres of music on my second album, not just rap, you know, or hip-hop, you know.
That'd be cool. We definitely need more crossover, like kind of build the different genres and bring people together and stuff.
Right.
What are some last words of encouragement for everybody out there?
Words of encouragement? Oh man, well, just know that if you're a believer, live as Christ lived. And a lot of times it ain't easy. It's not easy being a Christian. It's not easy being a believer and walking the same shoes Jesus walked in. Because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. You know? And just continue to hold, keep strong and keep the faith, you know, and persevere in the Lord no matter what happens in life, you know, continue being that light in the world. Because we're always going to be tested. We're always going to be going through things, you know, we always going to go through trials and temptations. But you know what? A lot of that is God's doing because He wants us to grow in the Lord and grow in faith. You know, be walking Bibles, being a walking testimony, you know, and use whatever God, use all the tools that God gives you for ministry and for reaching the lost at all costs, because we're all called to preach the gospel. We're all called to save souls. You know, we're all called to reach the lost at all costs. I mean, that can either be, it's all part of the fivefold ministry: prophets, evangelists, pastors, preachers, and teachers. You know, and then you have sub-ministries up under those, with prayer ministry, music ministry, you know, worship, you know, kids ministry, youth ministry, whatever tool God gives you, use it to your fullest. Because God's word is used for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training you in righteousness, so that the man of God may be thoroughly equipped for every good work. Faith without work is dead. You have dead faith. So work out your salvation with fear and trembling, and go out there and show your workmanship. And whatever tool God gives you, use it. Christian hip hop is a tool that God blessed me with to use for the lost. For those that need redemption and hope and salvation. So no matter what happens, keep the faith.
What's some of your social media or websites or places people can reach you at?
Well, I know on Facebook I have a page called God's Living Proof, and that's one right there on my Facebook, as well as my personal Facebook, that people can go on there. They can go to YouTube. A lot of my songs are on Putney's page, and then I have my page as well, and which is called Livin Proof, Livin apostrophe and then Proof. If I keep that name, I'm gonna try to get it copyrighted, because supposedly there's other people, even other people called Livin Proof. So I'll probably keep it. I'll get it copyrighted now. And I'll just change my name. No big deal. Plus I have an Instagram and I have a Twitter account, but I don't really go on Twitter much. But yeah, SoundCloud, YouTube, and my Facebook page, it's called God's Living Proof. So if you go on my profile page, you go on there, other pages, like, and you see my personal artist page.
All right. Well, it's been great talking to you, man. Thank you for your time and for sharing your music and your testimony and everything else.
Oh, anytime. I'm here for you, man. So just let me know whenever. Anything else you need, you got my number.
All right. And God bless you.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. All right. I hope you enjoyed this interview. If you want to get some of Livin Proof's music, he has music on Noise Trade. I just created a new blog post, and I've included a link to that. So if you want to cop that album, which is free, you can get that on my blog post. It's hotrapmix.blogspot.com, and then I use the label Livin Proof, or you can use Houston Rap, and hopefully it'll be one of the recent posts. I'll probably be posting a lot of Houston Rap. So Livin Proof, type LIVINPROOF, and or look for that label in the blogs. If you know anything about blogs, they have a special way to categorize and organize your stuff. So if you're looking for certain older posts that you made a long time ago, and you know how it is, you keep making posts and just it stacks up, and it's like a Facebook timeline. You gotta scroll and scroll and scroll until you find it. But this is like an organization system that you can utilize. And so click on the label. It's kind of like hashtags. Clicking on hashtags, look for Livin Proof and you should find it. Also, be sure to check out other music and other interviews. I definitely promote a lot of artists, and my website hotrapmix.com is the home for that. I have a lot of social media, and you can check out my IG, my Instagram. It's at hotrapmix. Pretty easy. Just search that and you'll find me. Has lots and lots of posts. You can scroll through and find new Christian hip hop rap if you're looking for it. I mean, I did the work for you. I know it's a lot of work to try to Google stuff and see if it's good or not, but I've made sure that the music glorifies and honors Christ, and for the most part, most of the artists that I've listened to don't have anything like too controversial as far as like profanity, cuss words and stuff, or what we call cuss words. I totally don't ever listen to anybody that says the F word. There are some songs that I've heard that have like the N word. My take on that is some people are not at the point of having that conviction where nobody should be using that word. Some of the people that said it are black, they're not white, and so they kind of use it in saying, hey brother, you know, my brother, my friend, my partner, or whatever, that's what they mean by it. So it's kind of a cultural thing. It's something that you can't really unrecord or redo, like if you've already kind of published a song, and so like it could be like a really good song overall, you know, the message. And so it's kind of something I overlook, especially if it's not like a really bad word, like, you know, something that's we know it's a bad word. You know, some words are controversial and debatable if they're a cuss word or not. But yeah, if you're looking for good Jesus music, I'm the man to come to. Hit me up. I got mixtapes, CDs I can give you. I can mail stuff your way or give you them in person if I know you and stuff like that, you know. So yeah.
HotRapMix.com. HotRapMix.com is a bomb.
'Cause it's fire.
Okay, so I want to interview some more rappers and stuff. If you want to be interviewed, I definitely want to interview people who love the Lord Jesus. So if you call him your Savior and Lord, then yeah, hit me up, man. HotRapMix@gmail.com. Brandon Nolan on Facebook. @HotRapMix on Instagram if you don't know how to spell my name. Because if you don't know how to spell my name, you probably don't add me on Facebook. And I don't want everybody in the world to add me on Facebook, because you can only have so many people on there. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to this podcast.